Cheers, friends.
Hey there.
Welcome to Caesar's Palace.
And no, Caesar didn't stay here.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
You probably get this a lot. This isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it?
What do you mean?
Did Caesar live here?
No.
Now, Caesar's is typically one of the more expensive stays here on the Strip. As budget-minded travelers, I had no idea if we would ever stay here and do the review, but we found a deal that was too good to refuse. In this video, we're going over all things Caesar's Palace. We'll give you a full tour of our room, go over the amenities, explore dining options, and highlight some of the nightlife. And of course, let you know if we think the Caesars is really living up to the hype. So if you're like us, always exploring affordable options to priceless experiences, then hit that subscribe button, friends, and stick around.
And wait until you see the cocktails we found at Vanderpump. It's like a garden party in a glass.
When Caesar's Palace first opened in 1966, it was a game changer for Las Vegas. It was only one tower and a few hundred rooms, but its extensive Roman theming and over-the-top luxury made a huge splash here. Fast forward to today, and Caesar's Palace is now 6 towers, almost 4,000 rooms. This place is like a city within a city. Caesar's Palace is more than just a hotel or a resort. It is a pop culture icon. It has been featured in dozens of movies and TV shows like Rain Man, and Iron Man, and of course, The Hangover. While the famous Rain Man escalators are gone, you can still walk up to the front desk and ask them if Caesar really stayed here.
I didn't think so.
Let's not forget about the entertainment history here. From Elvis to Celine Dion, pretty much every major singer in modern history has played here. The Coliseum alone has hosted like Elton John and Adele. Plus, Caesars has serious sports history. It used to host some of the biggest boxing matches. Think Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. Back in the day, boxing at Caesars was the place to be. All right, if you're coming by shuttle, taxi, or rideshare, you'll be dropped off at the main entrance here. But if you want to pick up a rideshare, just a heads up, that is over at the self-parking garage or the forum shops. If you're bringing your own car, the self-parking garage is kind of on the north side of the property. Be sure to enter Caesar's Palace self-parking garage in your GPS to be taken here and avoid the front entrance. Now, parking is $20 a day. They do offer valet at $40 a day plus tip. And something to think about when you're booking and arriving is know which tower you're staying in and where it's located on property. If you brought your own car and you're coming in from the self-parking garage and you're staying in the Coliseum or the Palace Tower, or even Nobu, you might not want to drag your luggage all the way up to the self-check-in desk just to come all the way back here to go to your room.
When you walk into the lobby, it can be, well, chaos. People everywhere, suitcases rolling, that giant statue of Caesar standing there like, welcome to the madness. But don't let it intimidate you. It's all part of the vibe.
We originally booked the Julius Deluxe One King room, but looks like we got upgraded because we are actually staying in the Octavius Tower and room 6389.
Well, when I first walked in, I was surprised at how big and spacious it was and it felt.
And this room is big. When you first walk in, it feels like you're walking into a hallway. I think this is an Octavius Premium King room, which is advertised to be 550 square feet. The hallway is so long, and it has 2 lights up in the ceiling. We had plenty of room on either side of the bed.
The bed was super soft and comfortable and not conducive to waking up early.
The bed is pretty comfortable. There is a pillow top to it, so you do sink a few inches before hitting the firmer supported mattress below.
So over here, you've got this cute little living space. There's an L-shaped couch, a chair, a table, perfect for kicking back after a long day.
If you are here for work, they do have this little desk right underneath the television set. Now, there's no fridge in this room for our use, but there is a mini bar, and it is pressure sensitive. So even picking something up, they're going to charge you immediately for it, so just leave it alone.
They do give you a Keurig machine. If you use the coffee pods from the mini bar, they will charge you. So bring your own or pop over to CVS and grab a few.
Now, one thing we noticed, this room is not very tech forward. For the price you pay during busier times and during the summer, I would expect there to be like one of those little control panels that control the window shades and all the lighting inside the room. But no, everything here is still manual. And when I say manual, I mean like twist the post on the lamp manual.
And there weren't any convenient outlets or USB ports over by the couch.
We did get one of the Caesar charging stations, which we really like. It has a wireless charging pad for most modern phones, a few USB ports, as well as some power outlets. But there's only one, so hopefully they start adding two, one for each side of the bed to the rooms.
And this is weird. There's no alarm clock in the room. I mean, yeah, we all have our phones now, but it still feels kind of strange.
And the bathroom was super spacious as well. There were plenty of towels.
I was pleasantly surprised by, number one, that they had a bathtub, but number two, the size of the bathtub, and then three, it had jets, which I enjoyed floating in there.
There are dual sinks for multiple people to get ready. Lots of toiletries. We had a decent sized shower with plenty of hot water, good water pressure, and no drainage issues. And plus, there's a separate water closet for the toilet.
Plenty of room for your suitcases if you're flying in. There are only 3 medium-sized drawers. It's not a ton of space to unpack.
The room was very clean. We didn't find anything left over from previous guests. There are some scuffs and dings and scratches on the furniture, but for the most part, it's in really good shape. I did notice that the housekeeping carts are out in the hall like all day long. They really put the effort in to keep this place looking nice.
Our view overlooked the Garden of the Gods pool. Definitely felt like an upgrade that we didn't pay for.
And these really large windows are almost floor to ceiling, bringing a lot of natural light, which is very lovely. However, there are no fresh air vents here. The Wi-Fi in the room was excellent. Had plenty of speed and was very reliable, had no issues connecting, though I do want to tell you that Caesars only allows for 2 complimentary devices to connect to in-room Wi-Fi. After that, they start charging you, but the Wi-Fi down in the casino area is freely open to the public.
So overall, the room is definitely a plus.
If you think this room upgrade was wild, wait until you see the show we caught that night. Let's just say it's not your grandma's variety show.
Now let's go see what Caesar's Palace has to offer. Yeah, let's talk about the amenities here at Caesar's Palace. This place is a city in itself. You got pools, a gym, spa, a ton of little extras to make your stay as comfortable as possible.
But keep in mind, not everything is open year-round, like the pools. Those are closed for the winter, but if you're here during pool season, March through October, you're in for a treat.
The gym is located on the mezzanine level of the Augusta Tower. Now, it's not the largest one on the strip. It's got plenty of machines for cardio, weights, and lots of big windows for some natural lighting.
And for anyone who overdid it last night, the Qua Bath and Spa is right next door. They've got everything from massages to IV drips, Botox, even a hair salon. You could basically walk in looking like a hot mess and walk out ready for a night at Omnia.
Now, Caesars has 7 different pools, all Roman bath style. They got statues and fountains and that over-the-top Vegas style. And the Fortuna pool even has a swim-up bar and swim-up blackjack tables. Now, some of these pools are for the 7-star members only, and some are adults only, so be sure to check ahead if you're bringing the kiddos. And if you're into lounging in style, you can rent cabanas with some private seating, a waitstaff, and TVs. Now, that is a splurge, but hey, it is Vegas after all. Now, right next door is the Forum Shops, and this place is kind of epic. It opened back in '92 and was the first of its kind theme shopping experience here on the Strip. It has over 160 stores, from luxe boutiques like Gucci and Louis Vuitton to your typical Vegas souvenir shop. It feels like more than just shopping. It really is kind of experience with its sky-painted ceiling, the fountains and cobblestone streets. It's a little like walking through a Roman piazza, but with air conditioning.
And let me tell you, it even has spiral escalators. Eyegasms for your eyes. If you're not looking to drop megabucks, there's still a ton to see. Fountain statues, casual eats like the Cheesecake Factory or Carmine's. It's like an adult Disneyland for shopping.
The Forum shops also have the Atlantis show, but to be honest, it's dated and could use a lot of TLC. The sound is hard to hear, and it just doesn't have that wow factor it might have had years ago. But what's even cooler than the show is the giant saltwater aquarium behind it. It's got a ton of beautiful tropical fish, just mesmerizing to watch. I think they do feedings at 1:15 and 5:15.
Honestly, it's a perfect break from the casino or the strip. You grab a coffee, people watch, maybe even a little retail therapy. Caesars built a full Roman street right inside the mall.
Now, if there's one thing that Caesar's Palace nails, it's food. With 22 restaurants on site, everything from quick bites to world-class culinary experiences is right here in the heart of the Strip. So we'll kick it off with some high-end picks like Restaurant Guy Savoy, Nobu, and Mr. Chow. These spots are great for special celebrations or a taste of that celebrity chef elegance.
Yeah, but listen, you're going to want to bring a credit card, maybe even a spare. These places are not cheap. But hey, if you're into Michelin star or sushi art, the experience is absolutely worth it. But it's definitely a splurge.
Now, if you're after something still polished, but more laid back, Caesars still has you covered with places like Gordon Ramsay's Pub and Grill, Beijing Noodle No. 9, and Cafe Americano. These maintain that upscale feel while being a bit kinder to the wallet.
And don't miss the Celebrity Food Hall. Think of it as a grown-up food court with top chefs. You've got options like Bobby Flay Burger, Guy Fieri's Chicken Guy, and solid pizza slices. Sure, a cheeseburger is about $14 and a slice of pizza $12, but hey, you're still on site.
And of course, the Bacchanal Buffet is legendary. Over 500 dishes, sushi and barbecue, desserts galore. But it's about 100 per adult for dinner, so plan to go hungry and wear your stretchy pants.
One final note, everything we've mentioned so far is inside Caesars, but you're in luck. The Forum shops are connected right to the resort. One of our favorites is Carmine's. It's perfect for casual or family-style Italian with great gluten-free pasta. Now, here are some of our dining experiences.
For breakfast, I stopped by Dominique Ansel's and went with the Croque Monsieur. It's made with black forest ham, gooey Gruyere cheese, and a rich bechamel sauce. They serve it hot with cheese both inside and melted across the top. The crispy edges and soft middle were spot on. The sauce added just a touch of sweetness that pulled everything together. It's a big portion too, definitely something you can split, which makes the $20 price tag more digestible.
They've also got espresso drinks and other pastries, including a few gluten-free options if you want to round out your breakfast. Nice way to start the day, especially if you want something filling without wandering too far. Definitely a solid pick for breakfast at Caesars.
Now, if you're into that classic New York steakhouse vibe, Peter Luger's Steakhouse at Caesars might be calling your name. The space feels nostalgic with its tin ceiling, dark wood panels, and smoked mirrors on the wall. Soft jazz plays in the background, and the seating is cozy, well cushioned and comfortable. But let me tell you, privacy isn't the strong suit here.
Oh yeah, we had a group of 4 next to us, and let me tell you, we could hear every word of their conversation. You probably have to speak up a bit if it's busy. It's all part of the vibe, right?
We started with their complimentary bread service and got the bacon appetizer. Now the bacon was thick cut and definitely meaty, but it didn't have that crispy char we really love on pork belly, and it was a little on the dry side. But that Peter Luger sauce? That sauce really saved the day. It's like their secret weapon for everything.
And they mean everything. Bread, apps, the steak. Speaking of, we did order the steak for one, which is a 9-ounce New York strip. It came out sizzling, sliced up and drizzled with rendered butter. It was a gorgeous presentation, and they cooked it perfectly medium rare, just how we like it.
Yeah. The steak itself was a quality cut of beef, tender, flavorful, exactly what you expect from a New York strip. But if you're like us and prefer a heavier seasoning or a good char, you might find it a bit subtle. The steak is really designed to pair with the sauce, and that's where it shines.
Oh, and let's not forget the drinks. I ordered the espresso martini and it was super flavorful. Espresso forward, well balanced. I do like them a little bit creamier, but I would order it again. And you had the blood and sand cocktail, right?
Yep, it was a nice balance of sweet and bitter with just a hint of orange. Definitely a solid choice. So would we recommend Peter Luger's? Well, if you're looking for that old school steakhouse experience with quality ingredients and a relaxed atmosphere, it's worth checking out. But if you're about bold flavors and a steak that stands on its own, you might want to consider other options.
Totally agree. And hey, if you've tried Peter Luger's, drop us a comment. Did you love the sauce as much as they do?
RPM Italian brings a modern vibe with its sleek black and white motif. The open floor plan feels trendy and minimalist, but that makes it on the louder side. You'll kind of need to speak up to talk to the person across from you.
The upbeat music adds to the energy, making it feel like a trendy spot for dinner. The service? Spot on. Our waiter was super attentive, knew all about food allergies, even offered to toss my pasta tableside.
And the bussers were quick to clear the plates or help us with anything we needed. The food came out fast and hot, which is always a plus.
I ordered the gluten-free carbonara. It was a reasonable portion and the flavors were bold. The gluten-free fettuccine was long, flat, and perfectly cooked. We couldn't even tell it was gluten-free. The bacon savory, but didn't overpower the dish, and the sauce was creamy and satisfying.
And I went with the filet, cooked medium rare. They hit the temperature perfectly, but it did lean a little dry. It had a decent seasoning and a bit of char. It's just not as juicy as I would have liked.
For sides, we ordered the crispy Brussels sprouts. They were fried with a good amount of Parmesan and a drizzle of vinaigrette. They were tasty, but a bit on the oily side.
I also tried their special focaccia bread service. The flavors were bold, the crust was crispy, and the center was soft and airy, just how a focaccia should be. The whipped lard added a creamy balance to the bold flavors, making it a standout appetizer.
Overall, RPM delivers on service and some solid dishes, especially if you're looking for a trendy spot with modern atmosphere. Now let's talk about the fun stuff. Caesar's Palace isn't just a place to stay, it's an entertainment destination. Or at least it can be.
Now first up is Absinthe. It's performed in a tent out in the Roman Plaza area, which is out front of the main lobby. People rave about this show. They love its mixture of comedy, acrobats, and its over-the-top variety acts. Now, this is not your family-friendly variety of show. This is wild, raunchy, and totally Vegas, so keep that in mind when you're booking your tickets. And we'll let you know later it was worth $130 we paid per ticket to see the show.
If you're into gaming, Caesars is famous for its casino floor, which winds throughout the property with over 1,300 slot machines and all sorts of table games. It's easy to spend hours here, but don't get lost. It's like a labyrinth.
There's also the Coliseum, one of the best venues for comedy or live music here in Vegas. It's hosted everyone from Adele to Jerry Seinfeld, but right now there are no shows currently listed. Probably one of the reasons for the cheap room price.
Before heading into the Absinthe tent for the performance, we checked out the Fairy Green Garden. It's this patio-style area right outside the tent with bars, burgers, and some fun games. The music and lighting here really set the vibe.
Yeah, it's super laid back, but still kind of magical. Right as we walked in, we saw a guy standing at a podium, and turns out it's the entrance to their speakeasy, Pier 17 Yacht Club.
The Yacht Club was such a fun little surprise. Inside, there's this cozy bar, and outside's another patio space with mismatched couches and chairs. Super eclectic, very inviting.
I ordered the Live Laugh Lychee cocktail, and was it delicious. Fruity, but not too sweet.
And I went with the classic Mai Tai. It was spot on. The Yacht Club bar was a perfect warm escape from the chilly desert night. And you do not have to have a ticket for the show to get in here.
What's nice is that when they start seating for the show, someone actually comes into the bar to let you know. So just relax and enjoy the atmosphere until it's time for the main event.
We saw the show, and yes, it's totally lived up to the hype. It's raunchy, it's laugh out loud funny, and definitely not for the easily offended. But the talent, seriously impressive. Acrobats, comedy, wild surprises, it's got it all. The tent itself is small and intimate, with the same super eclectic vibe that we loved at the yacht club. So you're right up close to the action, and it's got that anything can happen kind of energy.
And here's the thing, they change up the acts, so you can come back and get a whole different show. Which we will, by the way.
When the sun goes down, Caesar's Palace kicks it into a whole new gear. You got everything from buzzy nightclubs to mellow lounges, so plenty of ways to unwind or turn up. Omnia is the main event here. Giant LED chandelier, rooftop views, big name DJs. It's the full Vegas nightclub experience. If you want to go all in, that's your spot. But, fair warning, it's loud, it's packed, it's pricey, and it's definitely a scene.
Now, if you're looking for something with more glam than chaos, Vanderpump Cocktail Garden is where it's at. Lisa Vanderpump went all out. Chandeliers, floral everything, velvet chairs, moody lighting. It's like walking into a garden party inside a nightclub. Great for a date night or just grabbing a beautiful cocktail and soaking up the atmosphere. Drinks are pricey, but totally Insta-worthy.
If you're more into that relaxed, old school vibe, check out Monte Cristo Cigar Bar. It's dark, it's classy, and if you like cigars or whiskey, this is your spot.
Now, if cigars aren't your thing, and they're not mine, you've still got options. Stadia Bar feels like a sports lounge, big screens everywhere, but still kinda upscale. And Vista Cocktail Lounge, it's got this moody, futuristic vibe with giant LED walls that make it feel like you're sipping cocktails high above Manhattan.
There's also Galleria Bar and the Lobby Bar if you like a bar with a little slot action. You can sip and spin, or just hang out and enjoy the buzz. Then there's the Sports Book, huge wall of TVs, comfy seating, plenty of space to catch just about any game.
And hey, if you're feeling a little fancy, there's also Caspian's Rock and Row. Part caviar lounge, part speakeasy.
We stopped by Vanderpump Cocktail Garden, and yeah, this place is just as glam as you'd expect. Dim lights, plush seating, greenery overhead. It's got that Lisa Vanderpump flair everywhere you look. We grabbed a couple of their signature cocktails to see if the drinks live up to the decor.
I ordered the Please for Caesar, and this one's got Vanderpump Vodka, Ferrari Rosé Champagne, Blackberry, Lemon, Elderflower, and Aquafaba. It's bubbly, floral, but not too sweet. Really balanced. And I would totally get it again. Honestly, it feels like sipping a cocktail at a garden party where the dress code is sparkles.
I went with the Cold Blooded, which is a blood orange old fashioned with Work Dog whiskey and Angustro bitters. It starts smooth and a little floral, then it gets this sweet citrus hit, and finally, boom, this warm little bite at the end. Definitely one of the better takes on an old fashioned I've had here in Vegas.
What makes this place stand out isn't just the drinks, though. It's the whole vibe. It's elegant, but still inviting. Great for a date night, a girls' night out, or just a wind-down cocktail after dinner. You don't have to be a Bravo fan to enjoy it here.
All right, let's talk numbers. We booked a Julius Deluxe King room for 2 nights and paid a total of $74 for the room. Yeah, that's just $37 a night. Of course, the resort fee added an extra $100 to our stay, and taxes came to $23.27, so the total cost was $197.17. Now for Caesar's Palace, that's kind of a steal, especially because we ended up in the Octavius Tower, which is a bigger and more premium room and pool view. The catch? Well, no pool access in the winter and not a whole lot of entertainment.
Still, it definitely feels like a luxury resort. The whole place is really well kept with plenty of food choices. It's clean, and the room, even if it's not modern, has that old school upscale vibe. The standout for us? Well, it was RPM Italian. We'll definitely be back. And hey, getting upgraded? That was a great surprise.
Yeah, the room was super clean and comfortable. The amenities weren't tech forward, but it had that classic luxury feel. The bed was great. Slept like a rock. And we didn't hear any hallway noise or music from outside.
Food-wise, we loved Dominique Ansel's for breakfast, and RPM really impressed us for dinner. And even though dining here isn't cheap, there's enough variety to fit most cravings, if not most budgets. Plus, there's the Forum shops connected right to the resort, and there are even more places to eat just outside.
Entertainment is kind of limited to the headliners of the Coliseum. We did catch the Absinthe show, which is a great show. Just don't expect a bunch of live music or comedy options. Caesars leans more luxury and less variety.
Navigation takes a little getting used to. It's easy to get lost, but you'll figure it out pretty quickly. The gym was solid, and even though the pools were closed, we always hear good things. The theming is classic, not too in your face. It feels more refined than some of those flashier resorts.
Check-in was super easy. I used the kiosk, got my key in minutes. And there were staff nearby helping guests, which is something we haven't always seen at Caesars properties.
Yeah, no issues with service at all. Quick, helpful, friendly, no complaints.
Now, value-wise, this price was amazing. But those resort fees, still annoying. The good news is that new FTC rulings mean they'll have to include those fees in the advertised price going forward. So that's about time.
So, would we recommend Caesars Palace? Absolutely. But not for the budget-minded traveler, unless you catch a great deal like we did.
Caesars is best for luxury seekers and entertainment fans who want that all-in-one experience. If you're new to Vegas and you score a deal, this is a great way to go big. But if you're more about stretching your dollars, we've got plenty of reviews of more affordable properties, so be sure to check those out.
Oh, and here's a tip. Know which tower you're staying in and where to park. It'll save you from dragging your luggage across the entire resort. And don't be afraid to share a fancy entree. It's a great way to have the experience without the sticker shock. And if you only have time for one thing, go see the headliner at the Coliseum or enjoy one of the nicer restaurants. That's what Caesars really does best.
Comfortable walking shoes, people. That's the one piece of advice I'd give. Caesars is big, bold, and full of surprises, but it takes some steps to see it all.
Hey friends, thanks for hanging out with us here at Caesars Palace. If you've picked up any helpful tips or feel more ready for your own Vegas adventure, a like really goes a long way. And if you've stayed here before or have questions about anything we've covered, drop us a comment. We always love hearing from you.
We really appreciate you spending your time with us. The friends that we've made here on YouTube and your continued support keeps us going. If you'd like to join us on our next budget-friendly adventure, we'd be honored to have you along. So until next time, friends, cheers.